Good morning, everyone. I am Vishnu Jagtab, and in front of all of you, I am presenting the Economics Times newspaper headlines. So, first of all, quarter 3 NOS show fall in revenue and profit growth. Next, royalty payments to UK parent in HUL's internet. Next, bidder setup close contest for SKS Power. Next, PEVC investors seek tax parity for stocks. Next, Ashni Biyani co-tapping D2Cs to co-create brands. Next, skilling policy revamp in the works. Next, exemption less income tax regime under review could see changes. Next, NIA Sloths inspect site of Narwal blast in Jammu. Next, PM backs CJI bid to make SC Supreme Court rulings available in all regional languages. Next, JSW Steel placed in a very bright spot. Point MD Shehgiri Rao. Next, sailors Livid has Masho tightens control on product returns. Next, Nifty pre-budget rally likely. Next, on page number 2 in pure politics section under that, Netaji wanted secular India with equal rights for all. Daughter. Next, Rahul creating hater to regain power. Rajnath. Next, NIA sleuths inspect twin blast site in Jammu's Narwal area. Next, NIA file charge sheet in moist cadres funding case. Next, adopt new technology, strengthen traditional policing. PM. Next, Bharat Jodo Yatra reaches Sambhav under tight security cover. Next, Pakistan a punch before it's too late. Then I comes to page number 3 in pure political section under that. PM backs CJI's bid to make Supreme Court rulings available in all regional language. Next, counter terrorism trade inclusive connectivity top India's SCO agenda. Next, ministry suspends activities. Ministry, again I am repeating, ministry suspends activities of WFI fire tops official. Next, judiciary independent but constitution supreme. Rijiju. Then I comes to page number 4 in companies section. Under that, India likely to export mobiles worth $9 billion in FY24. Next, new manufacturing costs need tax soaps for more years. Next, banking and finance companies performance. Next, option for policymakers. Then I comes to page number 5 in companies section. Under that, Japanese sports goods firm Yonex eyes 15 to 20% revenue growth here. Next, Think 9 in talks with D2C brands to co-create Therosio like businesses. Next, Amiway Global CEO Pant sales Gorgaon flat rupees 18.9 crore. Next, persistent rents 2000 seats from Smartworks. On page number 6 in economy section under that, HPCL bets big on Vizag refinery expansion. Next, revamp of skilling policy on the unveil. Next, government may not announce capital infusion for PSU banks in budget. Next, textile makers seek reduction in cotton prices, freight charges. Next, digital economy push offers hope for multiple players. Mastercard. On page number 8, in brand and company section under that, Jio's top line hurt by muted user revenue growth in December quarter. Next, users now prioritizing projects for strategic benefit. Happiest minds. Next, rationalized TDS, new concessional IT regime expected in budget EY. Next, UP has much better climate for industry than before. ASOCHAM. Next, Tata Industries likely to re-evaluate biz strategy. Next, scope of electric mobility highly overrated, says KTM Chief Executive Setwan Parar. Next, long-term growth story of the Indian economy intact. JLL. Next, Maruti Suzuki probing wrongdoing allegations. Next, TV broadcasters must enable geo-targeted ads. TAM CEO. Next, a streetcar named under a streetcar named undesirable by Buffett. Then I comes to page number 9 in companies section. Under that, JSW Steel placed in a very bright spot. Shehagiri Rao. Next, India is switching to alternative energy sources, say minister. Next, CNG boards in Varanasi. Next, 343 infra project shows rupees 4.5 lakh crore cost overruns. Next, on page number 10 in around the world section under that, ECB's knocked came out not wants 50 basis point rate hikes in Feb March meetings. Next, Britain activist coal reserve to boost supply during cold snap. Next, Netherlands plan to shut Europe's largest gas field. Next, Sri Lanka says China willing to back debtor restructuring plan. Next, FBI searches Biden's home, finds more documents marked classified. Next, White House Chief of Staff Ron Klein to depart in the upcoming to the coming weeks. Next, France, Germany renew alliance strained amid war in Ukraine. Next, Binance says Signature Bank has set transaction floor amid pullback. Next, 10 dead in LA shooting at Chinese Lunar Year festivity. Next, Russia pushing towards two towns in Ukraine's Ziha region. Next, Japan wins World Pastry Cup. Next, Pokemon Go creator returns to real world recipe for NBA game. Next, King Charles coronation street parties to be held across Commonwealth. Next, Jeremy Renner says he broke 30 plus bones in snowplow mishap. Next, on page number 11 in economic market section under that, Nifty looks set for a pre-budget rally. Next, insurers want NPS tax exemption for their pension schemes too. Next, if you are a high capex, high growth business, your PE ratio will be high. Next, close fight for SKS Power. Next, JSW Steel exports push. Next, with returns turning real, investing in fixed income products now attractive. On page number 12 in smart investing section under that, equity is not the only game in town. Next, credit credits Selson invest rupees 540 crore equity in its Indian Army. Next, bidders set up close fight for SKS Power. Fin creditor could make a full recovery. Next, JSW Steel's export push can sustain rebound. Next, SEBI launches info database on municipal bonds. Next, gold ETF inflow slumps in 2022 on rising prices. Next, US bond market floating inflation looks more vulnerable. Next, fixed income products attractive. Next, national pension system help you save tax in several ways. There are only 10 NPS fund manager at the present, and the table below compare this performance. The data has been provided exclusively to Economics Time. Then I comes to page number 13 in companies section. Under that, government help needed till EV penetration crosses threshold. Next, Hero Moto began delivery of e-scooter VIDA V1 in Jaipur. Next, agri-tech sector 6 tax soaps subsidized create credit. Next, on page number 15 in companies and economy section under that, ditties from Davos. Next, regulators divergent views on support structure. On page number 16 in the edit page section under that, IT sheds way to get healthy. Next, it's good to get more neighborly. Next, Mushrif al Gamdi over choice for God. Next, masala or papad chart GPT. Next, faking it genuine artificial concern. Next, social impacts not technical. Next, building trust with robots. Next, skill up, skill, reskill. Education take it away. Next, no room for politicians. On page number 17 in economics time Pinache section under that, a fine evening of Indian culture. Next, US Tycoon's pet pig appears in lawsuit with ex-housekeeper. Next, fixing a 100-year-old ca- cathedral's dome. Next, India crush out after losing to New Zealand. Next, Australia Open wide has big name casualties mount. Next, Viti Dhasam young upset top seeds to clinch titles. Next, ICIC award winner to be revealed from today. Next, Spain ages past Malaysia 4-3 on penalties sets clash with Australia quarterfinal. Next, Corda hands early birthday present to dad Peter with fourth round. Next, Pegula powers into quarters with some choice words. Then I comes to page number 18 in disruption section. Under that, PE's VC firms call for tax parity in upcoming budget. Next, sellers levied has Misho tweaks returns process. Next, Google plans to demo its AI chatbot in May. Next, new malware spreading via MS OneNote. Next, IT needs pricing improvement to ease margin woes expert. Next, MS plan to shut down Alt's space VR. Next, iPhone 15 Pro may have thin curved bezels. Next, Chinese hackers exploiting zero-day vulnerabilities in networking devices. Next, India's EV growth may hinge on two or three wheelers market. Next, startups to reward and retain top performers despite crunch. Next, robots racing past Turing test to enter new territory. On page number 19, in that iPhone Apple of India's eye hits $1 billion exports mark in December. Next, funding plan lined up, telecom waits for budget. Next, credit rating cause ask RBI to come out with default recognition criteria. On page number 20, in that Dance of the Dragon. Next, China records 13,000 COVID deaths in a week. Next, Musk latest game plan ad free subscription model on Twitter. Next, pink slips make news at US media outlook. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good day.